News, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henney and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Not all that bad of a day, but it's... Well, you walk outside and you need a blade to cut the pathway in the humidity. It's like 68% humidity right now, 77 degrees. It feels a whole lot warmer than that. We do have a little bit of a breeze, not much, out of the west, right around 10 miles per hour. 78 degrees here at Radio Center, 78 in downtown Midland and downtown Bay City. As I said, we do have a west breeze, 30.00 and falling is the barometric pressure. The reason why we have a low pressure system really not all that far away from us. It's up north. It's moving into Canada. But the residual of all that activity is going to be a front, which is dragging behind it. And then as we go through the afternoon, just like a cat's tail, that front is going to drop down through the lower peninsula and fall all the way down to the Ohio River, where they are going to continue to get some moisture there. There are parts of Indiana, Iowa, looks like Illinois right now, and also northeastern portions of Missouri, where their precipitation totals are some of the wettest numbers that they have seen in a number of years. Matter of fact, someone mentioned to me the other day that in some cases, the moisture for July is ranking right up there at about the third or fourth wettest July on record in a number of those cities. And here we are, we're looking at the 20th of July. So you still got another 11 days to go. So they have a great opportunity to have, in some cases here, probably the wettest July on record in that part of the country. Not necessarily for us. We're looking at... the frontal system that's going to be dropping through is not a real wet system. There have been some reported shower activity in northern Michigan, but for the most part, I'm looking at more in the way of clouds than anything else. And I'm not seeing anywhere, upper or lower peninsula, this hour, any of our reporting stations talking about any moisture, any precipitation. It's been either fair skies, sunny skies, or in the case of Alpena, Bel Air, looking at Charlevoix, Frankfurt, Grayling, Gaylord, up in that area, Traverse City, Rogers City, Pellston, all looking at mostly cloudy skies. Oscoda right now is at 80 degrees, and Detroit is at 80 degrees, as well as Mount Pleasant. They are the hot spots as we go into the afternoon hours. We are going to warm up. We're looking for at least another 5, if not 6 degrees before the day is all done. 85. Clouds will increase as we go through the afternoon. There is going to be the threat of some widely scattered shower activity, but the land coverage is not all that good, and the precipitation amounts with these systems is not all that great. So it's hopefully going to break a little bit of this humidity. Clearing skies tonight after a high of about 85. We're looking at 60 for a low tonight. 9:11 is sunset. Sunrise tomorrow morning is 6:15. You are really going to notice a difference tomorrow. First of all, temperatures. We're going to be about 10, 12 degrees cooler tomorrow than what we will be today. But on top of all that, we're going to have a north and a northeast breeze, which means we're not going to have that hazy sun that we've had to deal with for the past few days. So it's going to be a lot cleaner as far as the atmosphere goes, and we're going to get a lot warmer sun. So for those of you working outside with sensitive skin, tomorrow is going to be quite a bit cooler, but you're going to have a lot more UV rays coming at you because for the most part, that atmosphere is going to be clear. 60 for a low tomorrow night. Then things are going to start to warm up just a little bit. 81 for a high on Thursday. We'll have a southwest breeze on Thursday. Showers once again, real late. Another low pressure system is going to be scooting along that northern tier, and it is going to be crossing the straits and trying to drop another front down over us. So Thursday night, there is going to be a chance of some shower activity, and that chance is going to continue into the day on Friday, especially in the morning. There will be still a chance on again, off again all day, but I really think the best chance of any moisture is going to be early on Friday morning. Saturday, it looks as though there will be, once again, a chance of some shower activity. Sunday, mostly sunny, and the same thing with Monday. But all the way through this period, our temperatures are going to be at, if not slightly above average for this time of the year. But the precipitation pattern from now all the way through August the 2nd is for below average on the moisture. Record high in the state is 102. That was set back in 1930. The record low 43, set way back in 1912. And a year ago, 83 was our high, 64 was our low. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Rick Hollister standing by. We'll get an idea of what the markets are doing. And Doug Klein, of course, will be along too. And we'll talk a little bit about crude oil, which took a big hit yesterday. It looks as though it's recovering just a little. But Doug has all the information on that, plus all the other things being traded in Chicago. But before we get to all of that, I want to remind you, the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Hail damage can occur at any time from early in the season right through harvest. So that's why it's really important to consider crop hail insurance as an integral part of your risk management plans. Coverage can be bound in as little as 24 hours by contacting Kyle at Wiki Crop Insurance of Chesaning. His number is 989-284-9975 to find out more about the crop hail products that are available. And we're talking things like zero deductible, affordable rates, coverage for vandalism, and a few other things, and over-the-phone binding of coverage. Get a hold of Kyle today, 989-284-9975. We say good morning to Rick Hollister over at the Andersons in Hemlock. Rick, what's going on today?
Morning, Terry. We're having a pretty good day, all green at the Chicago Board of Trade for our grains. Getting some recovery. Yesterday's soybeans sold off late after being higher yesterday. So we've gotten into a bit of a choppy trade here, but on the heels of last week's real nice recovery in prices, we've got new crop corn, back over $5 again. New crop beans in the mid 13s. So, we've had a really nice recovery from the lows we traded a couple of weeks ago. And we just keep looking at the weather forecast, and it's still calling for a hot and dry out here, 6 to 10. The 15-day forecast in the western belt is still hot and dry and showing that ridging pattern that's not helpful for that western corn crop to keep coming along, or soybeans either. So that's really the main feature in the market. Is watching these weather forecasts and trying to see if we're going to get some rain in that, especially in the northwest belt up into the Dakotas, where they're just desperate for rain to try and keep their corn and soybean crops coming.
We had coffee with corn this morning. Arlen Suderman from StoneX was the featured speaker, and he talked a lot about those points that you just brought up, especially as it pertains to the northern plains. I could not believe that in the Dakotas, I guess this was in the latest crop progress that just came out, 33% of the corn in the Dakotas was rated good to excellent compared to 70% from a year ago.
Yeah. Well, and you look at the spring wheat, that's the key area for spring wheat here in the U.S., all across that northern tier of states. And the spring wheat conditions, there's only about 15% of the spring wheat in the United States, Terry, that's rated good to excellent. 85% is only fair to poor to very poor. And most of that, the majority, more than 50%, is in the poor category for spring wheat, which we don't produce a lot of, but it's a very important crop up in those states. You just continue to hear, hay is trying to travel 500-600 miles for cattle up in the high plains, and getting very, very expensive too. So those folks are in the clutches of it for sure.
And the other thing that was kind of surprising to me is the perception is always that when it comes to corn and soybeans, you're talking Illinois, you're talking the Big I states.
Yes.
Well, he drew a line on the map this morning and showed planted acreage in terms of corn as an example. And the vast majority of counties that plant a rather substantial amount of corn in the continental United States is north and west of that line, which kind of runs from western Wisconsin down into maybe eastern Nebraska, where I always thought it was the other way around, that the majority of the corn acreage, yield, all that sort of stuff was south and east of that line. That's not the case.
We've seen a migration in the last 10 or 12 years of corn acreage moving that northwest direction. For whatever reason, land pressures and that through the Midwest, other crops, soybean acreage is up a little bit in Indiana and Illinois the last 10 years for sure, up a bunch. So that's where the corn acreage has been moving toward, and it is surprising that North Dakota can be that big of a percentage of our normal crop now, but it is.
Yeah, it is. So plenty of positives. Good green day so far. What have we got on the board right now, Rick?
Old crop corn and hemlock is right at $6.50 again. New crop for fall delivery hemlock is $5.20. Soybeans for old crop at $14.42. The new crop beans at $13.42. Red wheat for July delivery here at $6.68. New crop next year for red wheat, Terry, is $6.62. July delivery white $6.68 also, and the new crop is $6.68 for next summer delivery.
Rick Hollister, have a great day, okay?
You as well. Thanks, Terry.
I will. Rick Hollister over at the Andersons. A little bit more as far as what the markets are doing. To Oppenheimer we go with Doug Klein, the market report brought to you by Hudson. Looking for a rewarding job in agriculture like fixing equipment? How about a new career in sales? Hudson, a John Deere dealership, formerly Bader & Sons, is looking for quality folks to fill a wide range of positions in Michigan as well as Indiana and Kentucky. View those opportunities by going to www.hudsoninc.com today. And by the folks at Steiner Tractor Parts, new parts for old tractors, and they want you to mark down next week. Lots of activities going on over in Caro. It's the 140th Tuscola County Fair, sponsored in part by the folks at Steiner Tractor Parts. And by the way, don't forget, we are going to be there at Caro a week from this coming Thursday. That's when their 4-H auctions are going to be held again at the Tuscola County Fair. Doug Klein, good morning. What are we looking at right now?
Well, it looks like corn is the hot hand today, right around 2.5–3%. So, soybeans up 1%, wheat's up 1%, crude oil's up 1%. That dollar hit about a 3-month high today, so that's not great, but it's okay. Precious metals taking a little bit of a rest. Silver's down about 1%. Platinum's down about 0.8%. Here's your numbers. The September corn is $5.72, up 16 cents. December corn is $5.65 3/4, up 13.5. August soybeans $14.45, up 17 cents. November soybeans $13.96 1/4, up 23.5. September wheat is $7.04 3/4, up 7 cents, and December wheat is 7.13 3/4, up 7.5. The crude oil sits at 67.09, up 67 cents. Heating oil is $2.75 a penny. That's up 2 cents. Gasoline is $2.12.16. That's up 1.2 cents. Natural gas is $3.84.5. That's up 9 cents. Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar gets you $1.2738 at the border. That's down 10 ticks. The yen is at 109.94, up 50 ticks. The euro is at 117.65. That's down 33 ticks. The dollar is at 93.12. That's up 23 ticks. Gold's at 1806.90, down $2.30. Silver's at 24.85, down 27.5 cents. Platinum's at 1060.80. That's down $8.50.
And again, the wholesale gas, where are we at right now?
It's $2.12 plus 65 cents or so. Should put you at $2.77, but these are different times, so.
Boy, yes.
$2.90 something. I don't know.
Yeah, at least.
Would hope.
I'm seeing a lot of 3 somethings on the expressway, but I'll tell you that expressway traffic is just crazy nowadays.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it is something else. So they're getting all they can get right now. Mm-hmm. Doug, you take care. Have a good one.
Yep, you too.
All right, Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Quality Roasting of Reese. They buy local soybeans, process local beans, and market local Exceller meal, which is a high bypass soybean meal for your dairy herd. They've been doing that since 1991. Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Call them for a quote today. Jerry Samolsky joins us in a moment.
Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center. We're more than a custom paint store. We have everything you need. From carpet to lighting, it's all here. With quality and satisfaction guaranteed. Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center.
Since 1959, count them, that's 62 years, Northeastern Paint Supply has been serving the Tri-Cities. We have the most knowledgeable staff in the area, offering you the highest quality products in the industry. Benjamin Moore Paints, Hunter Douglas Blinds, Quazell and Kitchener Lighting, Flooring from Flooring America, Fireplace Doors, gas logs, and custom-made rugs. It's all here under one roof. Northeastern Paint Supply, Saginaw and Bay City.
Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center.
Let Foster Blue Water Oil take your diesel to another level. You do get more power, cleaner injectors, maximum lubricity, year-round protection, and up to 8% improved fuel economy with Diesel Guard Supreme Plus from Valve Tech Petroleum. Available today at Foster Blue Water Oil. For more information, just go to fosterbluewateroil.com. We say good morning to Jerry Samolsky. Jerry, a muggy one out there today, wouldn't you say?
It is, Terry. So muggy weather a lot of times leads to some fungal diseases, but most of the fungal diseases that occur, Terry, are already inoculated. So the funguses, the time that they enter the plant and start causing the problem is earlier. So any kind of preventative should have been on by now. So fungal diseases that occur from now through the end of the year, you're probably pretty much stuck with. But, they are what they are. But Terry, I happen to be outside today on a beautiful day, and I'm just looking at the annual flowers and just want to remind people that it might be a little late this year. But when you look at those little holes and look at areas in the landscape to help make things look a little bit better, annuals are no substitute for. I've got some sun patients I'm looking at in the nice deep lavenders, the whites, the reds. We got to get them in the spring because they're just amazing right now. So, plan for next year, think about it, look at the annuals that are out there, and plan for next year.
All righty. Jerry, you take care. Talk to you again tomorrow. All righty.
Yes, sir, Terry. See you there.
Hi, I'm Steve Cook from Cook Chevrolet Buick Ambassador, where it's time to congratulate all of the customers who listened to our ads, contacted us, and were able to reserve inbound vehicles and take delivery as soon as they arrive. In June, customers were able to lease or purchase almost 100 new Chevys, even though the dealership never had more than 8 or 10 in stock at one time. So now the good news is that we now have close to 100 cars and trucks on their way and almost 100 more getting built. But don't let your guard down. Call us, text us, or drive out and reserve your next Chevy. Loaded 4-door Silverado pickups, still only $286 a month. Loaded Blazers, still $275 a month. and that's still with zero down. That's Cook Chevrolet Buick, M15 top of the hill in Vassar.
Payments based on 36-month GM employee and family lease, 10,000 miles per year, and includes all rebates. Call or visit us online at cookchevybuick.com.
Cook GM Superstore.
Chevy, find new roads.
Joining me now, Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Insurance Agency. Craig, it's been a week or so. Well, you got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's start here square one. What should we be talking about right now?
Well, Terry, I've been having lots of conversations with folks about how much insurance to put on their homes due to these increased construction costs we're experiencing right now. And there's a lot of confusion out there about folks who have replacement cost coverage. That doesn't mean your house is going to get rebuilt exactly the way it is. If you have $300,000 worth of coverage on your house and it costs $400,000 to rebuild it, some policies are going to only pay that $300,000, even if you have replacement cost. Others sometimes have little additions, like maybe a 25% or a 50% of that $300,000. So just make sure you're having that conversation with your agent. We're in strange times, or we have been for quite a while now, and these construction costs are really throwing a wrinkle in the coverage amount you should have on your home.
Yeah, you really got to ask them questions here, because that's the last thing you want to think of is winding up with replacement costs and should be covered, and it's not. So you need to ask.
Yes, exactly.
Craig, thank you. Have a great day. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Thanks, Terry.
You bet. Let's slide on over to Steve Anderson at Baird & Company and find out what the folks in New York are doing to us right now. Steve, what's happening?
Well, today we're getting back a good chunk of what was taken away yesterday. Dow Jones Industrial Average is ahead by 581 points, putting it at 34,544. Volume is 363 million shares. The NASDAQ is ahead by 194, putting it at 14,468. Volume there, 338 million shares. Locally, green across the board. Caterpillar, 208.18, up 510. Deere, 344.52, up 957. CMS, 62.22, up 77. Dow, 58.85, up 106. DuPont, 73.82, up 101. Corteva, 41.83, up 90. GM, 55.58, up 140. Trinzio, 51.13, up 103. Walmart, 142.12, up 89. Home Depot, 324.62, up 575. Huntington Bank, 13.78, up 56. And AT&T is ahead by 23, putting it at 28.02.
Nice to have some pluses there.
Good. Absolutely.
Yeah, you have a great day, Steve. Thank you.
I will. You too, Jerry.
I will. Steve Anderson over at Baird.
If the pandemic's taught us anything, it's that the easiest way for germs to get into your body is the nose. We all know how to wash our hands, but how do you clean your nose? For over 2 million Americans, the answer is Navage Nasal Care. Navage uses powered suction to flush out allergens, mucus, and germs that cause congestion, colds, and flu, so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. Better yet, Navage is all natural and drug-free. That's why one of America's top respiratory hospitals recommends nasal irrigation to stay healthy, explaining that bacteria and viruses thrive in warm and moist environments, and that you can wash away those germs so they don't make your nose their home. Experience Navage at zero risk. Go to Navage.com, buy Navage, and use it for a month. If you're not delighted, return it for a full refund. There's nothing to lose and a lifetime of better breathing to gain. Also available at Target, Walgreens, CVS, Bed Bath, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
A little bit earlier, we were talking about coffee with corn. If you want to see Arlen Suderman's presentation, you can do that by going to the Facebook, our farm page Facebook, and check it out. I know you will really be interested in that. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with our national anthem.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton,